brought to you by Promo Plus from Promo Corner. Promo Plus is a collection of distributor tools designed to help you market your business. 4 tools in one dynamic package for just $20 per month. Visit promocorner.com/promo plus to start your risk-free trial today.
This is Tacos Live with Jay and Jeff. Boys, how are we doing?
Woo, fired up, man. It's like Promo Corner owns the internet on Tuesdays. I love it. You guys are freaking everywhere.
Exactly. You guys rock. And I'm ready to just spice it up with our taco seasoning from La Tour de Spice. And I got my taco as well. You guys have tacos, yeah? Tacos?
Yeah. Speaking of tacos, let's do a quick little tacos up for the gram. Let's get all
up.
4 of us
Tacos
tacos
up for the gram.
Woo!
Look what I brought.
Look at that. Oh, Nadav getting into the bag.
Uh-oh, he's going
into
deep.
The bag. Yeah.
Hold on. Here we go.
For the gram, pull it out. Yes, sir.
Good times. Jeff, check it out. I came home.
Oh, yeah. Look,
Jeff
I
brought me some presents here when I visited Southern California. I have a little taco-friendly freak who's a solar-powered dude. He does this little head bobble. Super cool.
That is
taco
awesome.
swag. Taco swag.
The taco swag was.
Well, we got to get to our guests. We're just chatting.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
We have an amazing guest.
Who?
Go ahead, Jay. Why don't you kick that off?
I am fired up. Nadav Raviv, who is the CEO of Amplify and the director of All Killer Custom Swag, the cruise director, the creative director, the doctor of destructional swag that our brands need. Listen, you, my friend, I've been doing some snooping, and you've got a nice little presence going, Nadav. Welcome to the show.
Man, thanks for having me. Thank you so much, Brandon, for introducing us. And yeah, just humble to be here. I check you guys out every once in a while, and I love tacos, and I guess I love you guys too.
You're the best. Yeah, we do have to give credit where credit is due, because our good friend Brandon was the resource behind this hookup. So it's been great. Brandon, thank you. I mean, you were not wrong. This is this one's got some strong.
Hey, this guy gets it done. He's been doing it right for a really long time. I'm super pumped to have him on the show. You guys, just for everybody watching live, if you do have any questions, comments, or just want to put crazy emojis right over there on the side, we just put it right there in the message box. If you are watching live on Facebook, if you're watching after this, and you're watching the recording, go ahead and still put your comments right there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Nadav, Jay, and Jeff, and myself will definitely jump in and comment. So I am actually going to jump off and go and monitor those social feeds, and we'll see you guys at the end for a bite of our tacos.
Brandon, I wore this just for you. I just want to show this.
Yes.
Okay, I'm kind of chill now after 10 days at the beach. I did find my little taco here, but thank you, Brandon. That was a great intro. We're thrilled to be back, and you were not wrong here. So let's jump in. We've got slides to share. We've got good stuff to share. We've got Jeff Solomon here. We've got Nadav here. We're gonna get spicy, and this is gonna be a great show because we have, again, evidence of epic work, Jeff. I mean, it's getting almost easier because these guests are just like pouring it on. Like the salsa is so thick. I love it. It's just, yeah, all in, man. So this is good stuff. We're going to start with, well, like we always do, we want to start with some greatness here. So I'm going to scoot back here to our Tacos Live. You can see this. Grateful for the moment that we get with Promo Corner every second and fourth Tuesday of the month, which is awesome. And of course, we're here to highlight marketing. We're here to highlight branding. We're here to find the purpose behind it and push further beyond just the cool products, because products are a big part of this. Obviously, we know that, but we know more important than that are the purposes and the marketing and the reach. So that's why our guest is here. We're going to talk more. Nadav, check it out. Guess what I found? I found, first of all, a pretty cool logo. So let's start there. Of course, now I've got a blank screen, which is super weird. Oh, here we go. We're going to go backwards to forwards. Why not? That's just vacation style for Jay.
Sure, why not?
Love it. Oh, I'm back in the saddle. Okay, Amplify Marketing. Love that message. And I got to say, I give you a shout out because it does not say the 2 words, which are important, but we don't need them in the title of our business. I think that's my humble opinion. Thank you for leaving off the words promotional and products. So
You're welcome.
Tell me about this. How did you get here? What led you to this? It's got a little bit of an Adidas look. I got to tell you, that was the first thing that jumped off. Was that by design? Was that just luck? Or?
No. So I really wanted, I wanted to encapsulate, some of the adjectives that express what I'm trying to do here.
Cool.
So amplify. I want to amplify your brand. I want to
Yes.
amplify you. I want to take you and your company and your employees and your clients to the next level. And so how do I do that? And so when I was going through Amplify, I wanted to make sure that it stayed away from the sound wave look,
Yep.
like Amplify and stuff, because I don't want people to think that, you know, I'm a radio station or
Right. You're not in
music
the
something.
audio space.
Right. So I wanted something that was pushing up, right?
Right. Right.
Like, but still had that amplify look. And
Love
then
it.
of course with the marketing, that's kind of what we do, right?
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
marketing. And then with the solutions, one of my old direct bosses, Jeff Crepando, is, you know, he really taught me the love of finding a solution for our clients. I never say no. I always say, well, here's 3 other options if we can't do that. So
Mhm.
that's kind of where I am. And so that kind of encapsulate everything that I'm trying to push across. And yeah, I did have a few, you know, I of course got, you know, multiple logos and stuff like that. And I wanted to, I kind of polled my little entrepreneur group and I said, which one, guys? I already kind of knew which one I was going to go with, but I
Right.
just wanted to
Get some
pat
feedback.
on the back, the extra push, you know? So that's what I came up with.
That's awesome. Jeff, what do you think?
Well, I love the whole power of it, and it's unique. I'm surprised we don't see more copies of that Amplify kind of look. And the one thing, if you pop it back up there, I love how it's an L, right? Amplify. The L is so tall, you know, it's kind of a unique part of the design component.
It's going to raise you up, bro. It's going to take you to the next level.
Yeah, exactly.
Where
It's
we're
going to
going.
lift your
Yep.
spirits. It's going to make you soar.
Top floor, baby.
We love
And I go
looking
too
at
beyond the top floor.
I went too far, didn't I? I'm sorry.
we love looking at logos because it's the way we start every show, because you know we get a chance to, you know, to go over what's behind it, and in every case there's always a story behind it.
Yeah.
And we just love this marketing solutions. Come on.
And
you rock.
the thing to remember too is we do a little splash of the logo, not because we're all things logos, but we want that kind of, I look at it this way. It's a window into your business. It's a window into your soul. It's a little bit of a reflection of who you are as a person, who your business is, some of the values that you bring, some of the uniqueness that you bring. And that's what I love
Right.
about seeing people's logos. It's not
And,
just
and you know,
logos.
even more so when you do a brand change, you know, I mean, you're changing with the times. You as a person are changing, your industry's changing, everything around you is changing. So it's okay to change your logo to highlight where your company's going or what's with the time. So yeah, I mean, I'm not anywhere near going through a logo change since I'm a year old, but you know, I love it and I'm sticking with it.
Well, hey, congratulations. That first year is critical. And I
Man.
wish you, you know, much success. I'm sure we'll be just around the corner. Continue to climb, continue to
Thank you.
lift, continue to amplify. So good job. I mean, that's fun stuff. Let's go to this next one, because really what we're going to do is we're going to shine the light on you. So as we start to amplify your message, all things marketing solutions, we've got some clues now. We've got a little bit of a story here. So I found this on your Instagram page.
Right.
I love it because you're doing some sort of a outdoor marketing event, a fair. You're at a probably someplace local to you. I don't know
Sure.
where Family Yards is, but I'm guessing it's a cool place to hang. And
Yeah.
maybe there was a business networking meeting. Tell us a little bit about the story behind this.
Sure. So Young Professionals is an organization I'm a part of. YP Birmingham Young Professionals, just a group of you know, under, I guess about under 40 years old.
Oh, just like
Just
us,
getting
Jeff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all
we
are
can
probably-
go.
Yeah.
I'm sending you the link for sign up right now and sponsorship, of course. So we'll do a taco bit there too. So they asked me to sponsor the pool party that they had a couple of weeks ago. Foundry Yards is a new apartment complex. Birmingham is really built on the iron ore and steel industry. We're the Pittsburgh of the South, if you will.
Right.
So foundries make iron ore and cast metal and stuff like that. So really cool little spot. And we had a DJ out there. The DJ needed a tent. And of course I was happy to oblige. And, you know, I did some towels with Pro Towel, and they did a fantastic job on those, and some koozies from Numo, and Discount Marketing hooked up the tent and the table throw there.
Love
and
it.
just a good event just to highlight my brand. And you know,
Yeah.
it's hot girl summer. So who doesn't like a slim can koozie?
Everyone loves a slim can koozie.
Everybody.
Those are popping hot. So good on you for having the sweet swag. A great look. It's all aligned. It's all visual. visual. It's all tied in. There's a great, your marketing message is there. Logo visible. If people didn't see you in that corner, they weren't looking. They were asleep.
No, they were not.
Right. So yeah, I think this is good stuff. And I love you've got your promo never sleeps hashtag, which you're going to tell us more about in a minute, but the amplifying those marketing solutions and taking that from it's tough. This is tough. Jeff and I've had this discussion before. I have this discussion with a lot of experienced professionals in our promo and apparel spaces. It's tough sometimes to take care of their own branding and remember what that feels like, what that looks like, how to execute that, how to get out in the wild and say, this is what I do. So tip of my cap to you, my friend Nadav. You did a great job. Looks good.
Thank you. Well, and I always say this too. Sorry to cut off.
Yeah.
But when you're not the smartest person in the room, your vendors are. I mean, they deal with these logos every single day. So while I'd love to take some of the credit for this, I do send my logos to my factories, to our vendor partners and say, hey, what do you think is going to look good? I'm a big fan of Step and Repeat. I love my logo to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And I love my name to be in lights. So yeah.
Looks like Jeff was going to make a comment about that. What were you going to say, Jeff?
I was going to comment on Step and Repeat and the way the logo is at different sizes like that. And that towel, I think it says the message quite well on the idea that it's Step and Repeat and different sizes of the logo to effectively amplify the logo. It's beautiful. And that vendor that we need to shout out on that is
Pro Towels.
Who's the vendor?
Yeah, Pro Towel. Yeah.
Pro Towel.
My boy Keith Lofton over there.
There you
Fantastic.
go.
Oh yeah, Keith. We love Keith.
We go where the
Love some
tacos
Keith.
take us. In small doses.
Absolutely.
No, that's great. Well, good work. Got this off the Instagram. The gram was rocking with some of your sweet swag. Had to profile it and highlight it. Again, this is just a show about capturing you doing great work. Yes, we have to have the products involved, but we're also showcasing some solutions. This solution could apply to so many things, to school, to sporting events, business mixers, networking events. And so it's not like this is new ground, right, Nadav? But the way you pulled it off, you put your little spin to it. So I think it's cool. And I think your clients probably noticed that you knew what the hell you were doing, which is a big win. Kind of helps.
So
yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
So where I want to jump in here for our audience, which is, many distributors that look to the show to look for creative ideas is, now that things hopefully will be coming back, let's not forget the opportunity we have inside these networking groups to make a statement. And so there are two things I want to say is, look for those opportunities to network and make your brand statement. And then the other thing is just going back to, letting your supplier partners, help you build that brand statement. So let us hope that we'll continue to be in a position to have live events and you can sponsor that local. Let me ask the question, Nadav. Obviously, you're involved in that young professionals group. There's business opportunity within there without you slamming on doors. You're just there, obviously, being you. So let's just touch on the value of these networking groups.
Sure.
I think it'd be worth a touch.
Absolutely. There. So I actually started off, and I started with BNI, and unfortunately, BNI wasn't the right fit for me. It's good if you don't have a presence in your current region or atmosphere or whatever. But that's kind of like you're trying to sell everybody else's stuff and hope that they order 500 koozies from you, and that's just not my business. Gotcha. I do have a very good presence here in Birmingham. I've lived here my entire life, and I used to manage nightclubs, and I have a very deep network because of my personality, my relationships. And so, I feel like there's a huge asset to joining those groups and just staying in front of people. Like you see with my Instagram, I post every single day. Every single morning I do a motivational post. Every single day I do a post about highlighting a product or a video or something like that, just to keep in front of my clients, especially right now, because you can't, some clients here in Birmingham, it's a little bit different, but most clients you can't be in front of physically. Yes. So at least you can be in front of them digitally. I'll even tell you about currently right now in Birmingham, it's called Restaurant Week. So restaurants are doing a prefix menu and, everybody's buying it. And me, I have a janitorial company and he and I split the sponsorship, and I've already gotten a new account out of it because I'm sponsoring with the YP. It's basically an in-kind trade. Now I get all their promotional marketing as a sponsor. So I'm not really losing anything, but I'm gaining a ton.
And
you
the
know, and plus my
exposure.
name's
Yeah,
up
the
there. And yeah,
credibility,
exactly.
exposure, the networking
Right.
continues. No, smart tactical move, bro. Keep going.
Yeah.
You stir the
And join
pot in every great
nonprofits.
way.
Yeah. Join nonprofit boards.
Mhm.
You're on boards with major organizations who have their names on those buildings right down there that I can see right there. There's at least one person from those organizations in every single nonprofit. Same is true for any city you're living in, whether it be Austin, whether it be Los Angeles, whether it be Scottsdale, Arizona. Those opportunities are there. And to be on a board with somebody, to get them to trust you, to get them to know you and say, well, we have the same mentality. We both care about other people. We care about this, this nonprofit and what they're trying to say.
Great.
So yeah, okay, maybe this guy's legit. And then you don't have to be pushy. You say, like I just got an email this yesterday afternoon. Hey, Nadav, our current vendor can't do something. Can you possibly do this?
Yeah, I love that. See,
Absolutely.
they thought of you.
And
They
here's
thought
three
of you.
solutions, right?
Love
Here's
it.
3 solutions for you.
It's perfect. That's
Mhm.
exactly what you want. You want them to be thinking of you. And then when something else happens, they're like, I know somebody, let's ask Nadav or let's ask whoever.
Open the
Great
door.
work. Great work. That's exactly
Thank
what
you.
it's about. And then you bring to light the fact that you can deliver and great things happen. So I had a thought I want to transition to. I was reading something from Jay Acunzo this morning, and he talked about how sometimes as marketers, we'll think I was brought to this idea because when you talked about reach and you talked about networking and being at these events, which seems like you participate in a lot, which is super cool. No, that's that's just awesome. Always on the go. Promo never sleeps, right? Which we're gonna
Promo
get
never
to.
sleeps.
But the idea was this: sometimes we as marketers think, "Oh man, I only had 100 hits, or I only had 100 people see this, or only 100 opened this," and it's like, wait a minute. Do you realize what you just said? Like, I know you
Right.
want thousands and hundreds of thousands, but 100 people. If you put 100 people in a room, do you know how many people 100 people is? I mean, that's like, come on, man. It's what you do with those 100. It's the trust that you build. And you touched on that. You just said it's the trust. And you cannot build relationships in a fake way. It has to be authentic.
Right.
And if you can build relationships at the speed of trust, guess what happens? It's incremental, and then it keeps building and it keeps growing. So I just had that thought while you were talking about the networking.
Thanks.
I had to share it.
It's actually in my case to be the speed of NASCAR, but we'll get there too.
Which we are going to get to.
But real quick, you touched on something. So I listen to a lot of Gary Vee, and Brandon's actually one of the reasons I do that. And one of the questions that Gary gets asked all the time is, how come my social media is not doing well? Only got 1 hit on this versus 1 hit on that, or 100 on that, because the girl's showing her butt or whatever it looks like. You know what I mean? But he said, well, this is 1 hit, but it could be a meaningful hit. It could be, one meaningful person, but Rome wasn't built in a day, and you have to take your time building that network. But if you're consistent and your message stays the same, then you're going to grow, because people see that you're the integrity of what you're doing.
Agreed.
So yeah, I love that point.
Great. Let's keep going. Let's get to this next one, which is indeed the slide we were looking for earlier. Excuse me. Tell me, what is this? I mean, you seem like a high energy guy, Nadav. So
Just a little bit.
What's going on with Promo Never Sleeps? I see it on all your posts.
Right. So going back to my old boss, Jeff, he kind of instilled this one in me, and I might have stolen it from him, but he hadn't
borrowed it. It's on loan.
he hadn't hashtagged it yet. So I'm claiming it as mine. Man, it encompasses me. I mean, I take naps, I guess you could say, like 4 or 5 hours, but you know how our industry is. I mean, there's some days where you could be up at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking about a solution for something because you can't sleep, or maybe you have to deal with China and you gotta deal with an email at 3 or 4 in the morning. And, our job in promo, it really, for me, it just never stops. I mean, I could be at a bar Saturday night at 2 o'clock in the morning and somebody wants to talk about koozies. That's, fine, whatever. So you switch into business mode, and then boom, you go back to fun mode, I mean, and you really don't talk to anybody who doesn't work for a company that doesn't have a logo or can't utilize your services in some way. So there's really, and on the business side, I mean, you go on vacation, you can write it off. You go anywhere, you can pretty much write off anything because anybody can be a client. So promo just really never sleeps.
Yeah, that's so great. Jeff, right? Jeff's not sleeping on us.
Well, yeah, I was just
Fired
thinking,
up.
next time I'm in a bar at 2 a.m., I'm going to see if anybody needs any koozies.
There you go.
They probably do. I don't know if
They
they
do.
buy them from you, Jeff, but they probably do.
Send them my
Well,
way.
Great hashtag.
Yeah,
We love it.
I'll
We
send
love
them
it.
to you.
Appreciate it.
Well, listen, let's keep going because you brought up NASCAR a second ago. So guess what I found? I found you at Talladega.
You
And I
got
thought
that
this
right.
was great. I think it was so cool, not just because of the super speedway, but because of what you were doing there, who you were with, and what you were trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Prime example here of the crossroads that we talk about often on our show, Nadav, is like meet me at the crossroads of where I'm passionate and how I can provide value. And it seems like you're doing those two things very well here. You introduced some of the passion of racing to a supplier partner, and you had the supplier partner on site. Tell me about what happened. This looks so much fun.
Yeah. So I am a huge proponent of, like I said before, not being the smartest one in the room and letting your vendors maybe do the heavy lifting for you.
Lift with you. They're going to lift with you.
Yeah, there you go. I love that. You're so right. I love that. And I'm changing that from now on. It's lifting with me.
Yeah.
So Amy is a very great supplier partner of mine with AAA Innovations. She's actually come and sat in the room right to my right and pitched 2 different clients, and we had lunch and walked away with POs from both of them. On this instance here, I took her to Talladega Super Speedway, which is one of my clients. I'm kind of a weird hybrid. I work in NASCAR selling sponsorships and marketing for some drivers, for NASCAR, the brand, and for about 14 of their tracks, Talladega being one of them. So I took her out there to meet with Chance and Scotty, two of the business development guys out there, who I'm friends with and work with in multiple capacities, both in the promo side and in the NASCAR side. There's a little Yellowwood logo, who is actually one of my clients and a sponsor at Talladega.
I saw that.
Yeah, so placement. Yeah, they do some great stuff. I work with them through an ad agency, which I do multiple NASCAR brands. But it's kind of cool to be able to go to these tracks and bring your vendors. Actually got an order for AAA the next week based on this meeting. We're doing some infield umbrellas for them. Perfect. And literally in the process right now. We just approved the proof yesterday and moving forward with the physical proof. But yeah, I mean, when I'm in NASCAR, I have access to all these logos on all these cars that are, if I try to walk into a building in Charlotte, downtown Charlotte, they're going to look at me like I'm stupid if I say, "Who's your marketing director?" and let me go talk to them.
Right.
But if you walk up to a car and you say, "Hey, whose logo is this and where are they?" Then you again become friends with them. Don't be pushy, and you can be introduced to people like that. So same if you go to any nonprofit event or any marketing event, where you get to talk to these people and you get to, become friends with them. And then, one of my clients ordered $250,000 in hand sanitizer in March of last year based on the relationship that I had forged for 3 months.
Yeah. Love it. That's so cool. I love that you were able to have that on-site pitch and let Amy kind of understand what those particular solutions needed to look like, because she's going to have a perspective that you don't from the manufacturing side, the supplier side, what's capable, what's possible. And then of course you're going to be able to introduce her to the right buyers. I mean, it's a win-win-win. I mean, Jeff, can we do a 4x-win? Is that possible? Maybe at Talladega, anything's possible, but
yeah,
I think I just loved it. I couldn't wait to talk about it. Jeff, what do you think? Are you a NASCAR guy?
Well, yeah, I love watching NASCAR like most people do. No,
it's
like
logo heaven, man. If you're a marketer, you got to love everything NASCAR. Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
it's everywhere.
And what I want to bring in here again is the power of networking and relationships. It's been said, this is not my line, people like to do business with people they know. And I think what we're bringing into the show, and I don't think we've done it lately, because there's been so much epic branding and marketing we show as we're doing here as well. But look at the power of networking that Nadav is doing here and these relationships. It's not like, oh, let me go. It's not that BNI, no knock on BNI, but these typical chamber, let me sell you a pen. That's just not that. It's being involved and active in your communities, supporting nonprofit organizations where you can, and you do that, and I know you do it because you do care. It's not all business. You're not going to go take your time, to do that unless you actually believe in what these causes are. And that's where the business does come. Our distributor business, I've been in, when I was more involved in the product side, I was very active in our community. I served on a couple boards. And so this is what we want to encourage people. It's like, look at these opportunities, just get to know people. People want to do business with people they know.
And any day at the track is not going to be a bad day, right?
No, it was a
any
gorgeous
day.
day. Gorgeous day. We don't want to have umbrellas at the track, because we don't have the rain tires. But yeah, if you want to shade yourself from the sun, but even more so, watching Amy understand, like you said too, my business, especially in the NASCAR world, when she started talking about co-branding, and I'm like, oh, it's an aha moment. You're like,
right.
Oh, she gets it now.
Yeah.
There's a co-branding opportunity because you can do full color on this thing, and we can do one panel this and one panel that and alternate logos. And when you see that, you're like, oh, she gets it. She understands my world. And that is so cool.
Yeah, it's like magic. Well, speaking of
Mm-hmm.
magic, we've got some more magic to share. So, you have a theme running through you. I think it's pretty obvious now to our guests. It's all things, energy, high energy sporting events, NASCAR.
Love it.
And I loved this because, you did a couple of things here as you explained in these are images and photos that you shared with me. Iron City, a lot of times, isn't that what Birmingham gets called? Iron City?
Right.
Right. Okay. And then this
Absolutely.
was, what type of an event was this? I didn't ask you that earlier, so forgive me.
Yeah.
What the purpose was.
Sure. So BBVA Bank used to be BBVA Compass. Now it's actually PNC. They just got acquired.
Yep,
they have a Birmingham. Basically, their marketing is ran out of Birmingham, and their other headquarters is in Houston, Texas. And so they have a very big presence with the Houston Rockets. They're a big sponsor of theirs. Again, sponsoring and getting involved with all that stuff. I mean, you see the theme running, like you said.
Sponsors and community.
Yes, there you go. So Birmingham is quietly one of the largest markets for the NBA playoffs. We do. I think we're in the top 10 when the playoffs are on TV with the Nielsen ratings and all that kind of stuff. We are one of the foremost watched markets per capita of the NBA. So we are near Houston, and we are near sort of near Houston, but we're near Memphis. So the BBVA got a great idea. Actually, one of the guys who's no longer with BBVA, he's still a partner of mine in another business venture, that he's doing. I still help him out with masks and all this other kind of stuff, swag. Nice. And so they had the idea to bring a preseason game here with the Houston Rockets and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Ah, brilliant.
And I got to be in on it. This is really where I found my love for the event management side of things. So while we came up with the conceptualization for everything, all the way up to the activation is what we call activation of the event. Sure. I was there for literally probably about 72 hours from Sunday to Tuesday, hanging signs, hanging banners that I helped print, laying out those shirts like, hey, you need to move that one down. And that's why it probably doesn't look like
I saw the logo. I thought that was great. No, those look so cool. I mean, that kind of visuality.
Close enough. That wasn't I don't think that was a done event. Obviously we probably made some changes, but it was actually my idea to help lay the white shirts out. And they said do so I transposed it on the computer and with the seating chart from the facility, and we did basketballs, we did the shirts, we did jerseys, we did event wristbands, so VIP versus courtside versus blah blah blah. And I mean, my arm looked like a rainbow.
You had all of them. You were like,
all of them.
This is what you call super VIP, bro.
This is right. Nobody else had that. And it was really cool. One of the guys who was the manager for the Rockets, he said, or for BBVA and the Rockets, he said, I got that basketball signed by both teams, including James Harden, the beard. And he goes, man, I've been working with the team for like 9 months and I still haven't gotten James Harden autograph. And I'm like, well sorry. I do.
The power so I
got a ball signed by both teams.
The power of promo, man. That's so cool.
Oh, I know.
I wanted to highlight that, and we've only got a few minutes, so forgive me if we're going to move a little quicker, but it's because I wanted to share this. When you spoke about getting something signed, a lot of times we think about the 10,000 unit or the 100,000 unit as our dream order. But I remember having, when we're doing business like this, we're trying to make an impact. And sometimes the biggest impact we can make is in the amount of personalization and high touch we can create. So you shared this with me, and if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, you said that there were 11 of these made. Right. It's a football helmet for those who don't play football, don't know, and it's got the Mercedes logo on the side, and it says Roll Tide on the top. And if you don't live in Alabama or you don't know who Nick Saban is, then He's the head coach of the Alabama football. He's like, he walks on water in Alabama. Let me just say that.
Absolutely does.
and so you had these signed. What was then what happened? Tell us what happened with the helmets. What was the
Yeah, so some of these are used for giveaways for auctions. Again, going back to nonprofits and charities and stuff like that. But they had an idea. So he owns some of the dealerships down here, a Mercedes dealership here, two of them here in Birmingham. And so they had an idea to do these, put it up as a display in their showcase. And then one of the marketing girls, she gives them out, you know, for nonprofit events and stuff like that. But like you said, having only 11 of them made, like everybody's got a Nick Saban football that I know, right?
Yeah.
Sign, Roll Tide, Nick Saban.
Right.
But not very many people have this. So like you said, it's just kind of special. And to be one of 11 to have this, that thing's going to be in my family for years and years to come.
High impact. I was going to say, I hope you kept one.
Oh yeah,
and then
absolutely.
the next two, obviously I'm into headwear. You can see I'm a big fat guy covering up the dome, keeping the lid on. So Canine. Now I'm guessing, let me take a shot first. I have no reference. I did no digging. Is there a dog reference to this? Is this pet?
Boom. Got it. Not just random letters and numbers.
Yeah. The noggin was working post vacay, bro. I was able to pull it out. Now
I'm proud for you.
For fans who don't know who Dave Portnoy is, Barstool, this is a big celebrity. I don't know if he would call himself a celebrity. He's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur. And he apparently was hanging out at the track. And what did you do?
So funny enough, he was he was sponsoring one of the cars, but he's also it's a sports marketing brand, if you will. So they used to have a radio show. They're mostly, you know, social media driven, but they do a lot of gambling and sports talk and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then just, I mean, it's mostly geared towards men, but there are some female shows on there.
Sure.
You know, Caller Daddy's one of them that they just left. But anyway, he's kind of built himself into this brand, and I just love his marketing drive and everything he does. And I met him Friday night. It's called The Big One on the Boulevard at Talladega. And we started talking, and he's just a super nice guy, down to earth. And then he goes, "That hat," expletive. And
that hat rocks. He said that.
Yes, rocks. Sure. And so I literally put one on my belt loop and held on to it for 2 days. And everybody's like, "I got to get that hat. I got to get that hat." Canine was a NASCAR team that I was working for. Okay. I left my first promo company, and my buddy had bought a NASCAR team. And he said, "You know NASCAR, you love marketing, and you're unemployed. You want to come work for us?" I said, "No." Absolutely. So I worked with him, and that's kind of how I got into the sport. I've been a fan since I was 16 years old. Nice. But he really opened up some doors for me. Actually, I was a grand marshal for the race in Phoenix. Because of him, we sponsored the race out there, and you know, that was a dream come true. That was one of my goals in life, was to be a grand marshal.
That's a big
Didn't ever think I would do it, but you know, 18 years later I was. And so I gave him that hat. I ran into him at the media center halfway through the race on Sunday, and I said, "Here you go, Dave. You know, here's this hat." And literally, I didn't think anything of it until about, I don't know, an hour later, somebody sending me a text message. He had left the track and gone to do one of his famous pizza reviews, and he's wearing my hat in that pizza review. And I'm like, "What are you talking about? He's still here." Oh, and then I checked Instagram, and there he is wearing the hat. So
if you don't know, you don't know. That is one of Dave's favorite things, and that is so cool. You got triple exposure on that one.
Yes.
So good on you, bro. That is like, thanks. I mean, this has been such a fun show to listen to your energy, the networking, as Jeff said. Jeff, what else should we highlight here before we wrap it up? Because Brandon's going to give us the hook any minute. I know he is.
Let's just say, in your life, promo never sleeps. I mean, you are living the promo life, and it's our hope, and that it's an inspiration to other people. That again is always what we're pushing back out on TACOS with Jay and Jeff. Not you know, we're just the taco loving people who put the spotlight on cool stuff that you are doing, and really this has just been so eye-opening, and really coming back around to some things that we need to start looking at: the networking, the relationship building, and the things that are going to be so critical to success as we move forward in what's really a challenging marketplace, for generally speaking.
Right on. Brandon, what did you
get yourself out there?
Yeah,
dude, you guys, I thought I had a lot of energy, and then I met Nadav. So it's one of those, I'm so pumped that you guys had him on here. 30 minutes is never long enough with this guy. But you guys did a fantastic job of putting it all together. Ellie, who is a longtime visitor and loves to comment on all of the tacos, she posted in here and said, gotta say, Nadav is everywhere. And that is probably the most pure statement to come from this Tacos Live. So thank you to everybody for watching live. Thank you so much, Nadav, for being a guest and taking time out of your obviously busy schedule, man.
Well, you know, I mean, I always make time for you, baby.
Nice. Now that's on record and live.
He's on loan.
Fantastic.
He's on loan. In fact, he probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for Brandon. So we got to give that. There's the networking event.
I don't know. I if you guys had asked, I would come over.
You're being kind. We appreciate it.
We feel now we're part of Nadav's family as well.
Nadav's
We're doing NASCAR events in Phoenix.
Taco Brothers for life.
There you go.
Have to take you to the spots in
Brothers.
Phoenix.
We'll do it for sure. Southern
sweet.
Cal or Phoenix.
So you guys, thank you so much, Jay and Jeff, for doing this too. Let's go ahead and do another tacos up. Grab a bite there, and I will wrap this thing up. Fantastic. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Always make sure that you can check out Tacos Live here on Promo Corner. We do it live on the social feeds. We rebroadcast it on Thursdays. It is on the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays of the month, and then on those other Tuesdays in the month, because believe it or not, there's more than just 2 Tuesdays in a month. You can check out all the other tacos shows that they post over at freepromotips.com. And yes, they also do post the live videos there too, so I'm sure there's a massive playlist over there that you can absolutely go and view all these amazing shows and all the amazing guests, because they find the ones in the industry that love to have fun. So thank you so much, you guys.
Winners like Nadav. That's what we've got.
Exactly. Awesome, you guys. We will, as Ellie says, we'll taco to you later.
We'll talk about it then.
See you guys. Thank you.